We're here today with the Traffas family, Margaret, Mary, and Isaac. We'll hear a little bit about how the Lord's worked in their life and the gifts that they've received through their faith and life. Grace.
I'm Margaret Mary Traffas.
Yeah, so my name is Isaac Traffas.
This is Naomi and Jacob, and we have 3 other kids that are at PSI right now.
And one on the way. And I think in reflecting on our life as followers of Christ, the thing that first comes to mind is building a home centered on Christ, and encountering Him in all that He has filled our home with. From prayers as a family to reading good stories and listening to beautiful music, and spending time together every day, recognizing the goodness and beauty in each other, and encountering Christ as we gather together in His name.
And so much of this Isaac has fostered for us because I'm very much a doer, and I love to get things done, and somewhat active. And so the calmness that's required and the patience and the quiet is something that I've learned through the years, and it was a muscle that I had to learn that. I grew up Catholic, and 7 brothers and sisters, and Mom and Dad did a terrific job fostering our home with prayer, and everything was about God. But I think my personal relationship with God started at Blessed Sacrament when I came here, and there were so many people involved in the church, and it was so moving. And I remember meeting people like the Brinkmans and Vicky Weldon, and sitting next to Vicky and having a beer at the Altar Society, and that was pretty moving, having beer at an Altar Society. But just so many good people, and I wanted to get involved somehow, and that started turning the wheel for my relationship with God.
I think that's a good point too, about how our relationship with Christ is never meant to just be us and Him. It's meant to be us in the community of the church. I mean, heaven is not just like myself and God. It's the community of believers together in worship and adoration of God for eternity. And that's also, like, the earth is supposed to be a foretaste of heaven, and so our time on earth should be an image of that life in heaven. And so first imitating that in our family of singing and praising, and contemplating truth and goodness and beauty, and then being able to share that, like live in a community where there are Catholics around us, and we can live that out in our daily life with our neighbors and our friends.
And I think through the sorrows and trials of our life, we had 2 miscarriages, and that was very pivotal in our relationship with God, and He blessed that so terrifically. It was incredible what He did through our miscarriages and what He continues to do in our lives. But I think that trial and suffering was so beautiful for our relationship.
And I think too that both Michael and Raphael serve to help reorient our family towards its proper end or its purpose, of recognizing that our goal as parents is to get our children to heaven. And even though it was a great loss for us, we did do what God had asked of us. And so that's kind of like the final consolation or joy in that moment, which is in a way even greater to know that our family has members of it in heaven who can pray and intercede for us, and already draw our family to where they are.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Well said. And when in that sorrow as a mother, I think that God really has a hard time with mothers in their sorrow. I think Jesus looking down from the cross, seeing his mother there, that was probably a tremendous sorrow. When I lost our children, and I remember the turning point when I said, when I told our Lord, I'm going to give these kids to you. Could you bless another family with a child? Because there was another family that had been wanting to have that child for about a decade and hadn't gotten pregnant, but got even a child soon after. And it was, yeah, miracles happen.
I guess going back to family life, like trying to like find him in that is where the joys of family life comes from. Whether there's time for personal prayer in the morning, or seeing a beautiful sunrise or the full moon a couple of nights ago.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Or good stories, or having good conversation at the table, being able to just sit around and talk as a family at dinner for a while is I don't know, just for seeing God's marvelous beauties and creations makes me love him more. Yeah, so an event that kind of spells out that encounter of with God in our family life. I guess I would go back to like our anniversary dinners. We try to go all out on those because we recognize that we're celebrating the creation of our family. And so Margaret and Mary will make several courses, and we'll have wine pairings with them. And our kids we'll sit at the table with our kids for 2 or 3 hours, and we'll get little sips of wine with it, and we'll just eat and drink and just celebrate our family. And we always have so much fun. It's usually candlelit, and just a very intimate time with just us and our kids. And Margaret's done such an excellent job of bringing the created meat and vegetables to this perfection which they can never attain, like her cooperating with God in that, and then just the funny stories and conversation, and hearing our kids laugh, and
which requires the slowing down.
Yeah.
It's that is such an important aspect. These things in life, the delight of looking in their eyes, it can't happen if you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think my word of encouragement would also be to myself of as well, with delight in what God gives us, and take true delight in that. Take time to slow down and to receive that gift. Because it would be a real jerk thing to do for somebody to give you, this lovely dinner. If we're on food analogy, which I guess I always am, and then for the receiver to say, "Oh, cool, that's nice. Thank you so much. Let me go cook you a dinner." And the person giving the gift is saying, "Please sit down and delight in what I've given you." And I think that's what God does to us so much. And we fail to receive it as good recipients. So I think that be a good recipient of God's bountiful gifts.